people of Cross River State, Nigeria, wherever you're watching from. My name is Awade Friday, also known as Last Prophet, and I'm the host for Cross River Today. And this is Advocacy TV. You can follow all our conversations on Advocacy at Advocacy TV Studios on YouTube, and for you to watch our previous shows and our current show that is ongoing. All right, so the conversation today is going to be a bit political because I have some gentlemen from the Obaniko Bekwara Obudu Federal Constituency here with me. We want to have a conversation that borders around political calculations, equity, justice, and fairness. So with me, I have leadership of the OBO movement. So I'll allow them to just introduce themselves properly while I'll take it up from there. So the first man on my left.
My name is Engineer Dr. Paul Anyin. I'm the natural leader of the Obudu Bekwara Obaniko movement.
Yeah, my name is Chief Murphy Solomon. I am the Director General of the Obudu Bekwara Obaniko movement.
Okay.
Good morning, Dr. Umar Anyashe Akmanke, Deputy Director General of the movement.
All right, so we have the DG, we have the natural leader of OBO movement, and we have the Deputy Director General. So you guys are welcome to the Cross River Today show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let us start in earnest. What is the OBO movement?
Basically, OBO movement is a product of societal struggle.
Yeah, so please
For
can you?
survival,
Yeah.
especially for political survival. I won't go further to stress on that without telling you what's OBO. Acronym for Obudu, Bekwara, and Obaniko. It started like a youth movement and metamorphosed into a movement where we have even the elderly among us.
Mm.
And this is to attract political dividends to our federal constituency. Send it as a major concern
Mm.
that pertains to our federal constituency. What we are agitating for.
Okay. All right, so this is a pressure group, kind of.
Perhaps.
Yeah, you won't be wrong if you say so.
Okay, so DG, tell us, why do you think that Senate must go to OBO?
Okay, thank you very much. I have a lot of reasons why I think and why I believe that, and I want, let me use that word particularly, Senate should return back to OBO. Now, you agree with me that starting from the Fourth Republic, that was in 1999, till come 2027, we have 28 years of democracy. And in 28 years of democracy, our sister constituency, which is comprised of the Ogoja Iyala Federal Constituency, will have been doing 20 years, which will be completed by the current Senator, distinguished Senator Jare Agon. And in our federal constituency, where we are made up of 3 local governments, the Obudu, Bekwara, and Obaniko, will just be 8 years. And this is mathematically imbalanced, and it's enough reason for any reasonable society to stand up and speak up. And that is why we are doing that now. And we are not fighting, we are not antagonizing anybody, we are only asking fair questions that we want Senate to return back to our federal constituency. That is all.
Okay, so Doc, let's get your opinion on the movement. Why you think this movement is making the right agitation?
The movement is making the right agitation because, like in Nigeria generally, Nigeria is experiencing power rotation. And you know what power rotation is all about. For the power rotation, you talk about power moving from left to side, center to the other point, all for the purpose of inclusivity. That's making every aspect, every senatorial zone like to experience power and all of that. Now, the movement is making within the sense that, like in Cross River State, for example, if you are familiar with the political history of Cross River State, you know that power rotation is not something that is strange in Cross River State. When you go back to the days of Donald Duke, Lele Moke, Ben Ayade, and the present administration, you understand? Now, back to Cross River North. You go back to history also, you discover that at one point in time, other persons have represented us at the senatorial level. But when it was time, they all took their bow and they left. Now, like what my DG just said, for 28 years. Out of 28 years, we from Obo have only had this opportunity to represent, I think, for 8 years. That is somehow unfair, considering that we have 3 local governments that makes up Cross River North, and the other federal constituency is just made up of 2 local governments. So equation-wise, it's not balanced. That if in a senatorial zone with 5 local governments and 2 federal constituencies, the other 2 local governments are dominating the ones with 3.
Okay, so the OBO agitation is about rotation of power, of especially that concerns the Northern Senatorial District, rotation of power between the both federal constituency.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Doctor, currently, I actually watched you guys on one of those mainstream media on Arise, precisely, where you spoke vehemently on the need, for the leadership and the government to consider the OBO axis for the Senate.
Yes.
And after you left the interview, I think there was a right of response that was given to another leader from the OBO. Yes, I don't know if you watched that interview. So what do you guys have to say about the response from one of the revered leaders from OBO? I think he's from Bekwara, Precisely. Yes. Dr. Don Clem Sename. Yeah. He came on and he gave his own important point on hitting up on the issue of delivery, saying that the current senator has delivered. The current senator is doing well. So why are we trying to change? By my opinion, why is OBO movement trying to change the captain in the middle of the game?
Now, one will be very wrong if you ascribe excellence to the current senator.
Okay.
Senator Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe.
Yeah.
Now, excellence can only be measured when 2 parties are pleased for examination. Now, from my experience, in 2011, when we had a senator from the Obo Federal Constituency, in person of Professor Ben Ayade, we had a good number of people from individual local government across the Northern Senatorial District that were sent abroad on trainings and other educational.
That was when Senator Professor Ben Ayade was in the Senate. Okay.
This is exclusive of the PTDL scholarship, which is often attracted by senators.
The food bank, I think Senator Ben Ayade then introduced what we call food bank.
A lot.
Yes, a lot of things. Yeah.
I don't want to mention projects like road construction. Those ones were littered all over the 5 LGs. And then we will have someone who will only talk about street lights. We talk about
machines.
Talk about buying of machines. You see, people who follow him basically are people who probably don't have an understanding of what governance look like. And then you can't sit in the moment and say, for someone who drill boreholes or people, those things have basic things naturally. And then plant street light and so on. You compare him with someone who go as far as ensuring personal development.
But there are evidence of the current senator sending people on educational scholarship abroad.
Let's can I add to what my brother is trying to say?
Yes.
No matter how excellent he is as a senator, there's one thing I want you to understand. The likes of Usain Bolt, Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, and all of that, they were excellent in their time as footballers and athletes. But when the time came for them to exit,
they hung the boot.
And they left.
Yeah.
That is all we are appealing. No matter how excellent you feel you are, there is someone else somewhere that can play that same role that you are playing.
So this time to exit, the time to exit, is it for the time for Goja Yala to hang their boots and hand it over to OBO, or is it time for distinguished Senator Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe to hang his boot?
And time for Goja Yala to hang
their boot.
Okay.
Give us the opportunity.
For me, I don't even think it's about even if it's now we are agitating about the Goja Yala to hang their boot. Now, even in the cabinet person of the senator himself sitting down there, he has been in National Assembly for a very long time. He has been in House of Rep for 2 terms and has been in Senate. He completed the tenure of Rosoko, and now he's doing his personal thing for 4 years. So I think if you're talking about performance, people who say he has performed very well, I feel that what he's doing now is more like an ICV because of senatorial seat. is not because he was performing before now. He has been in House of Rep before, and we know his track record then. You cannot compare what he did in House of Rep and what other persons who have been in House of Rep in federal constituency, whether Ogoja or Yala or Obudu, have done. He's performing now because he's a senator. Then I think that it is time that he should also leave the stage. If he's perfect, it's fine. Performance is part of giving mandate. It's a democratic society where people elect you based on competency.
Yeah.
That's why we voted for him. But it is always only fair that we give a different person a platform again to test another person. That way we can actually compare between the doctor already said. It's only two persons that can be put together to compare who is more preferable, who is more qualified.
But Dr. Paul, there are rumors that the OBO axis does not have competent hands to man that seat as senator.
The idea of competence, well, let's start from credibilities and ranking in Senate. Now, for a junior senator, we refer to people who are newbies in the Senate. If you're just going to the National Assembly, you are considered like a junior senator. Now, people who have been senators before from historic past, who have stayed in probably the sixth republic, sorry, the sixth Senate Assembly, right? Seventh and so on. You can't compare them with those who are. This is the 10th.
Yes, this is the 10th assembly.
Yeah. Now you can't compare them to those who are in the 10th assembly, who are just coming in the first time. And then Jerry tested it in the 9th assembly, and then this is the 10th assembly. We have people there who have actually been in the past, and then they have even experienced more executive position. These days in Senate is a factor of those with capacity that can bring dividends to their various senatorial districts.
So are you saying, Doctor, that distinguished Senator Jarigbe Agon Jarigbe does not have the capacity to bring dividends of being the Senate to his people?
That's not what he's trying to say. The message is simple.
Yeah.
That thing you feel you are doing, that
Yes.
thing you are luminary in
Yes.
it. We have qualified persons from OBO federal constituency that can do it
Even better.
even better.
But why are the OBO leadership not saying anything?
See, the point here is this.
Because it looks like it is only the OBO movement that is agitating for this.
No.
The party is supreme.
Yeah.
OBO federal constituency is characterized with highly civil-minded men who listen to the order of the party and His Excellency,
Okay.
Prince Bassi Ededotu, who in his generosity knows politics and consider human value before he makes any possible utterance with respect to zoning and so on. And then they too, being civil, they can't just come in and start moving around propagating endorsements. Like what I heard today is probably going on in Abuja. You see, now that's the style.
Okay. Oh, so there's an endorsement going on in Abuja.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Endorsement by who? Why are you, as in, why endorsing somebody in Abuja instead of the senatorial district?
Okay, now, just like you rightly said, while we were on Arise TV, you could agree with us that we made some reference to interference in
Yeah.
our state.
Okay.
So this issue of endorsement, now, in normal circumstances, as a leader representing a senatorial district, it's only fair that you come to your senatorial district and let you be endorsed. Now, doing it outside, I feel this is part of the interference we were talking about the last time on the broadcasting in Cross River State. I feel that these people who are sponsoring him, you get, particularly because they want to divide our state, are the persons who are staging this endorsement in Abuja.
So are you alleging that there are people distinguished Senator Jarigbe Agon Jarigbe?
Allegedly, I know as a person he has had quest for leadership, but I feel that there are people too who are sponsoring this process for him, that using him as a tool to say they interfere with the governance of Cross River State. Because why on earth would you organize an endorsement as a senator, not as a president? You're a senator, president of the senatorial district in the FCT, Abita.
But he's not the one organizing the, anybody can decide to put themselves together and organize endorsement for anybody.
He has been the one posting these pictures himself.
Oh,
He has been doing media for the endorsement himself. If you go online, only today I went online and I discovered that other persons have posted it. From the first day of the endorsement he did, he has been posting it in his verified handle by himself. So I feel that he organized the endorsement by himself. So we are not against him being endorsed, but we feel that the right thing is supposed to be done.
Okay.
One, listening to the government at hand, understanding that the electoral act has given a lot of powers, the issues that have to be trashed, the consensus and every other thing. I feel that what he's doing is just being overzealous.
Okay, so Dr. Umar, can you throw more light on the perceived disconnect because I think the OBO movement believed that there is some certain disconnection between distinguished senator and the Northern Central District with the power that be in the state. Can you throw more light on that?
Okay, if you are on media space, which I know you are, I think some months ago when the rumor of his defection,
Yeah.
I think he went to Abuja and snapped with the president, and there were some persons from his media platform started sharing and assuming that his senatorial ticket is going to come from Abuja. You agree with me that the governor is the leader of the party in the state, and as party faithfuls, we are supposed to wait for the party leadership in the state and the governor to make certain decisions before we make certain kind of pronouncement. So this endorsement in Abuja is like a kind of undermining the office of the governor of the state, which we feel to some extent is not right.
But the senator himself cannot stop anybody from endorsing him now.
He can.
He cannot. I mean, someone like a group of people put themselves together and decide to endorse him. To him, he sees it as a political score, seeing the fact that these people are supporting him and endorsing him. So are we now saying that he's doing it against the will of the governor?
Okay, let me come in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine your father had a position to share among his children, his sons precisely, and then he has a date to make the pronouncement, and you being too very ambitious, run into the space and start organizing people to start nominating you to do so. Your father naturally will see you to be very disobedient. That's the fact.
Let me just
Now,
add,
in his Facebook platform, we see him literally posting it himself.
Okay.
So you saying he can't stop anybody, I think it's obvious that he is even staging it himself using third parties to front it. And the fact that he did the posting before any other person
By himself.
ever did. He did it himself. That's to say he's fully aware of this.
Okay.
And it's a style. Since his inception into politics in Cross River State, especially in the Senate, he has always been fronted by non-state actors, basically. And you see, and those non-state actors are always altering the status quo of this state. Remember in 2023, when our beloved Sweet Prince was coming into power, we're all agitating for back to South agenda, as it is in practice in Cross River State, rotation of power. And then that same non-state actor factor came in, infiltrating the order of the day, bringing the candidate from the center senatorial district to distract the process.
So how is
In a
that
similar manner,
the fault of the distinguished senator?
I'm not telling you something.
Okay.
Now I'm telling you the max mask.
No, he wasn't the leader of that team.
Now
Or the
he was
DG of
the
Back to
DG
Central. The DG of Back to Central.
That's his style. So he's always found in that handbit where the government will moving right, he will moving left. As a matter of fact, his intention is to form parallel structures with the government of the day. And to me, that's preposterous. You coming to claim loyalty to a particular party, and then on the other hand, you are claiming leadership of that party with unique structures.
So are you alleging that the distinguished senator has structures across the 18 local government? That's what you are saying.
Not basically structures. What I mean is longing to possess.
Okay.
No, the issue of having structures across the 18 local government is not even the one that has structures. Those non-state actors have structures that they have infiltrated our state.
Okay, those people that are not from Cross River State.
Yes, they
That
have
you guys are alleging
Alleging.
that are funding him or sponsoring him.
Yes.
So are you guys saying that the single senator in his own right and his own sense cannot, fund himself for a senatorial ambition that he is well prepared for?
No, what you're saying, we have not said he cannot fund himself.
No, because you guys are
No.
saying that there are non-state actors
Actors.
that are sponsoring him. Because by sponsorship, it might mean that they're actually even giving him money to come and do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah, what we are saying is that he has the ambition, he has the preparation to serve as a senator because he has been in race before. But now the problem is, if he was genuine enough, he will be loyal and faithful to the order of the day, which is the governor of Cross River State.
So are you saying,
Now,
by your word now, are you saying that distinguished senator Jarigbe Agam Jarigbe is not loyal to the government?
you cannot preach loyalty and don't practice loyalty.
Okay.
Now, going to endorse yourself in Abuja, I bet you the governor of the state will not be there. I'm not there in Abuja, but I'm sure he will not be there.
But now with the governor attend an endorsement.
So, and like a governor putting your picture, the presidency picture, and the governor's picture in a flyer and posting it that there's an endorsement in Abuja, it's an affront to the governor himself. So it's an embarrassment to the governor. Now you're endorsing a governor of a state in a different state, in a different location. Now the same state where those known state actors are using to fight the governor. Now we're not comfortable with that. As aside being an OBO member, now as a youth of Cross River State and a citizen of Cross River State, these are things that we need to frown at. Sincerely speaking,
there's something you need to understand about this matter. Like the biblical case of the prodigal son, that was in a hurry to ask for his own share of his father's will. Definitely, the father was going to share something to him in the future, but he was somehow impatient that before time he asked for his share of the father's property. And you know what happened? He received it, and you know the other story that happened after. So we see this endorsement, like that kind of request by that prodigal son to ask for his share of the father's will before the time of the sharing. And you know what happened after the whole incident. That's just what we just want to see.
Okay, all right. So, viewers out there, this is Still Advocacy TV, and we are streaming live here from the ancient city of Calabar. This is Advocacy TV Studios, and so far it has been an amazing conversation. My name still remains Awade Friday, the anchorman on the show. This is Cross River Today, and we are talking Cross River. The focus is Northern Senatorial District. The OBO movement agitation for the Senate, the seat of the Senate, to go to OBO. The OBO stands for Obaniko Bekwara Obudu Federal Constituency, claiming or alleging that their sister federal constituency, which is the Ogoja Yala axis, have been benefiting from the senatorial seats as if there were no people who could agitate for it from the OBO axis. So right now, the youth and the leadership of the OBO movement are here to further express their interest. None of them here, I'm sure, is contesting for that seat. They are just agitating. This agitation, is it the right one or the wrong one? We're here to still have the conversation, and we are still on in the studios. So I still have the natural leader of OBO movement. I have the DG of the OBO movement, and we have the deputy DG of the OBO movement. So now let us come back to the crux of the matter. OBO movement. Can OBO movement stand, or can an aspirant from the OBO axis stand a distinguished Senator Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe in any primaries?
That's a question that already has an answer.
it's rhetorical.
It's rhetorical.
It's rhetorical.
Highly rhetorical.
Yeah.
Now, when you say stand in primaries, what are the matrices for examination in the first place? We're talking about if it's competence, and then if it's party structures and influence. We have people who have been active actors in the political party from time. I don't want to mention names withheld, as a matter of fact. Those people are exceptional in their leadership struggles, and given opportunity to stand in primaries, I bet you before 12 p.m. distinguished senator wouldn't find himself in the place of the ballot. And given that it even goes into the general election, you see, there are certain things that we shouldn't even discuss here that materialize in 2023, which one will be mistaken and making a boast of, that he can still stand a chance to win an election come 2027. Certain things played out.
Okay.
Now we're not talking about those things.
Okay,
Those things are not in detail.
Yeah. See, that your question. To me, I think it's not a question. Yeah, because
because there are rumors.
In law,
there are rumors that nobody can stand Senator Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe in the primaries.
It is fine, but in law they will tell you what is evidence. You need no evidence. That is to say, the facts speak for itself. That is law. Now, what that means is that if you come to a senatorial district like Obudu, Bekwara, or Obaniko, we are made up of a lot of potentials, a lot of persons who can stand this Tunji Ojarigbe, who not even stand, who will beat him in the primaries. Now, why he's endorsing in Abuja? It's not because we don't have people who can be endorsed. Now, don't forget that we have, rumor has it that the former governor is intending to go back, but Salegboy Dagbo is going to go back. Yes. We have Professor Chongodo from the choir. We have Musa Dede from Obaniku. And a lot of other persons who we are not aware of them yet. Now, don't forget that these people are people who have impacted life. Now, if you said you made a question initially that this endorsement might have been staged by people to endorse him, maybe in the form of appreciating what he has done.
I was asking the question.
Yeah, we're asking the question. And now Dr. Paul made a submission that he would have said no. I don't want to be endorsed. I want to be loyal to the governor. That's the government of the day. To follow instructions. Now, what is there? What is happening in OBO? Why you don't see flyers of endorsement is because the people from OBO, they are respecting the government. Imagine that it's somebody who has been a former governor before, that handed over to a sitting governor, that championed the back to South agenda, has not been endorsed.
So we're just patiently waiting for the directive from the governor. We respect him as the leader of the party, and we're not in a hurry to ask for our own share of his will, like the prodigal son in the Bible.
You are this prodigal son. What?
I'm so
who is the prodigal son here?
I'm so interested in that case because of the outcome of his request.
Oh, okay.
Yes, anything you do when it is not yet time.
Yeah,
there's always a negative outcome, like the case of the endorsement in Abuja.
So are you now saying that the endorsement rally happening in Abuja today, that definitely is going to, go on maybe after our broadcast or before? Are you not saying that is at the case of the prodigal son requesting for what he's not supposed to request for?
Not that he requested for what he's not supposed to request. He requested at the very wrong timing.
Okay.
That's what and this endorsement is coming at a very wrong time and location.
Okay.
Yes.
See,
wrong time and location.
Yes.
All right.
Now, the endorsement would have been done long before now if he was doing it on a basis of performance.
Okay.
Just like rumors has it that he's performing. Now, endorsement would have been done again after primaries if you're certain that your competency and your connect with the president, just like you have said, that you have ticket from the national, will earn you this ticket.
Who said he has ticket from the national?
Rumor has it.
Allegedly. Yeah.
When you go to media, so I know some paid media boys will say a lot of things, which are not true. But somebody said, in every rumor there's an epitome of truth.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is sure. But then now, this issue of endorsement and doing it in Abuja is not proper. Now, I feel that a governor like Senator Prince Percy Edetutu, a very calm and gentle person who respects structures, is somebody who has been in the peace for a very long time, and he respects governance. If we check his relationship with the presidency from the national, you observe that he's one of the governors that I see that they are very calm, but they are silent achievers even in the government of the day from the national level. Recently, he was given chairman of different board from the national. Yeah, because the issue of
non-government. I'm very interested in this non-government.
See, let me be very clear
about
about
these non-government actors that you think non-state actors that the OBO movement thinks are fighting the state. Who are these people?
It's no longer new. When I rise to mention their names.
Please.
There's nothing there to hide about. We have the likes of Nyesom Wike. Where you try planting on Senator Sandiono.
Just like I said earlier,
this allegation is heavy.
No, it's not even allegedly any longer. It is audible to the deaf and is visible to the blind.
So is it because the Senate president midwifed the movement of the single senator from the PDP to that he was, by midwife I mean he was the one that carried him by hand to the presidency? Or is it because of the perceived affiliation between the single senator Jarigbe, the deputy senator Sandiono and Wike, with due respect, His Excellency?
Okay.
Is it because of this their collaboration and affiliation or friendship that they share, that you now think that these other guys are infiltrating or trying to infiltrate into the state through distinguished senator?
No, let me even come from that aspect. See, when we're making emphasis on their interference with crossover state governance, it is beyond just midwiving the senator. Now, you agree with me recently after elections, when national nominate people who are competent to represent the state. But in recent time, we have a lot of persons who those known government actors, the likes of Wike. Now, in Sandy's birthday, Wike made a statement.
No state actor.
Yeah, the new state actor. In Sandy's birthday, he made a statement and said, they know the way he talk, they think they can talk. I've changed the power and I've taken it. The chairman of have taken it to Akwa Ibom. It is embarrassing. Now, this is a state that has a governor who is working, who is doing a lot for the state, and we respect our governor so much. And somebody who is very from Cross River State is going around, when opportunity comes, you put Cross Riverians who you think they are loyal to you because you want to infiltrate the state. He made Sandy, you know, from recently we had the issue of the Niger Delta chairman who was Asuokan. Asuokan was put until the governor has to step up before those names were changed. These are interference that are worthy of known that we should know, that you usually notice.
Okay. While we close on this conversation, let me get our parting words. Let me start with Dr. Agbanki.
Okay,
Your final words while we close. Yeah.
To circumvent a division in our polity in Cross River State, we must maintain this power rotation.
Okay.
Power rotation is healthy. Power rotation is the way forward.
Thank you. DG, your final word.
To me, my final word would be an advice. Why? I want to advise anybody from OBO Federal Constituency who is championing the cause against the return of Senate to our Federal Constituency to know we are youth. And in as much as we have other youths too that are together with us and leadership, you're fighting today because you don't want Senate to return back to our Federal Constituency. Tomorrow you will come to ask for something and we will remind you that you cannot be fighting the progress of the senatorial federal constituency and you want that same to represent them in anywhere. It will be possible.
Okay. All right, so let's hear from you, your final word, Doctor.
My final word is this. If someone must be loyal to the government of the day, his loyalty must be in totality. Not this one we are experiencing a solemn assembly hosted by the state governor in Calabar, where leadership of the state are currently in the state. And this thing, as a matter of fact, is being midwifed by Her Excellency herself. And then we have an endorsement ceremony far there in Abuja with the said actor of the endorsement party presently there. That simply creates a mental picture of parallel government. His interest is to divide the state. Otherwise, why is he not here? Basically, the notification that there will be a solemn assembly on this very day had been online long before today. And then, why fixing an endorsement party or ceremony today as well? You see, this points to one clear fact. He's interested in separating the state.
All right, so that's how far we can go today on the show, and that's our parting words. For me, I will just try to speak to the conscience of the people, the government, the electorates, and the party leadership. They say he who goes to equity must go with a clean hand, or must come with a clean hand. The OBO movement are agitating for power rotation between the both federal constituencies, and I think that treaty should be honored. That agreement or that gentleman understanding should be honored. If Ogoja has claimed as being in the Senate seat for over 20 years and counting, let the Obanliko Bekwara Obudu axis be considered and be given a fair share. According to the actors in the studio, we have competent hands that can also man that seat. This is not a personal vendetta against the distinguished senator, but it is a cry for equity that our federal constituency, the OBO federal constituency, cannot be silenced on this matter. Thank you for now. Till we meet again. Don't forget to join us all the time, every time, anytime at Advocacy TV Studios on YouTube and be part of what we're doing. God bless you.